Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I thought in today's video we could do a winter, gloomy, rainy weather sort of reading vlog. I just got home from work and I'm in the biggest reading mood. I want to read a fantasy romance, I think. Something to suit this kind of gloomy weather. So I've got my TBR cart over here and there's definitely a few options we can go with. Ignore these 4 books, but this is the remainder of my June TBR. And we could do Normal People, which is a reread, but I think I want to save this for another time. We could obviously do God of Malice, but I want to save this for a separate video, like a reading dark romance video. And then we've got 3 really good options. I will be reading 2 books in this video, so it will be 2 books out of these 3. So the first one is the one I'm leaning towards the most, at least for starting off this vlog. It is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. From my understanding, this is a gothic fantasy romance. One of my subscribers, Mariana, messaged me saying she thinks I would love this book because apparently it's also like high society, sort of Bridgerton setting, gothic fantasy romance. I was like, yes. So that's the first one we can start off with. And then we have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. We could also do Lightlark by Alex Astor. Both of these will be great. I'll definitely end up reading one of these in the video as well as Belladonna. But yeah, I don't really know why I showed you guys all of my books. I definitely was already set on Belladonna, but I thought maybe I would change my mind when I pick up one of these, but no. I think we'll start off with Belladonna. I think I'm gonna put some candles on, make myself a decaf coffee. I also think I'm gonna put on like some cozy reading, rainy weather sort of YouTube video just for ambiance, and yeah, let's go get cozy.
Lately I've been craving alcohol.
Guys, super quick update. Loving the writing of this book. And if you know me, I tend to be quite picky with my writing, only really when it comes to fantasy romance. With other books, I don't mind as much, but something about fantasy romance, I love good writing. And because this is sort of like a historical setting, kind of like high society, the writing is fantastic. It's so atmospheric. I'm automatically in this story. I already really love the main character, and I'm just so enticed by the story and sort of what's going on. It's a bit too soon for me to tell you what the plot of the book is and what's going on. So when I reach the 100-page mark, I will report back with the synopsis, or at least what I've grasped of the synopsis so far, of course without any spoilers. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm loving this writing.
Every word is like a light in your eyes.
Hello everyone, how are we doing? I just got myself a coffee and I'm about to sit down and do some more reading, but I did realize that I haven't updated you guys on really anything about Belladonna, and I was supposed to at the 100 page mark, and at the minute I'm like almost halfway through. I'm on chapter 22, which is page 193. So far so good. I'm loving the setting, sort of giving like a spooky, gloomy Bridgerton. So love the setting, love the writing, I like the main character, and I like the concept of the story. However, I'm not super interested in the mystery going on. So this is like a gothic fantasy romance mystery, and for some reason like I don't really care too much for the mystery. So far, like that's the biggest part of the plot. The book started off really strong for me, like super strong actually, but I feel like the last 80 sort of pages it dipped and it got a bit repetitive. Lost my interest a tiny bit, but in the last chapter I actually switched to the audio format because I was doing some cleaning and I was like, let me chuck it on. And oh my god, the audio format is fantastic. It made it really come alive. So it's just one girl, but she does all the different voices and all the different accents really well. And bonus points, she is also English, and I just feel like I love listening to audiobooks when the narrator has a British accent over an American one. I don't know why, it just sounds better for me. Especially for fantasy romance, it just, I don't know, it really enhances it. So I really like the way she speaks, and I like all the different sort of accents she does. Like she does different voices and accents for different characters. This is an oat milk flat white, by the way. This is always my drink. It's always flat white with oat milk. Every now and then I do change it up, but usually this is my go-to coffee order. So let me tell you a little bit about this book. Our main character, Signa Farrow, is that her last name? Yes, she's been an orphan ever since she was a child, and all of her family members remaining only want her for all her money. So she has a lot of wealth, and they're very evil family members trying to find a way to steal all of her inheritance and all the things that she has in her name. And slowly but surely each of those family members remaining dies, and Signa comes into contact with death. And death, not so much like the concept, but death is actually a person in this book. He is like an entity, a person that she can see, and only she's able to see him. And she really despises him. She's like, oh my god, why are you always here? Like, you're ruining my life. Stop killing all of my family. But then essentially she has no family left besides this family called the Hawthorns. Yes, those are her only remaining relatives. And she goes away there and she lives at their estate. And it's a very lavish, grand estate. Something I love about this book is there's like really lavish parties, and she's like dressing as a really fine lady. And you know, she's about to enter the season, and like it's very Bridgerton in that way. So I'm loving the part when she got to the estate, because it was, again, yeah, just very spooky Bridgerton. But then there is a mystery because she's found out that one of the people that lived there was murdered. Well, everyone thought it was a natural death, but she's figured out that she had been murdered by someone, we don't know who. And then one of the other family members is being poisoned, but we don't know who's doing it. So Signa, our main female character, sort of teams up with Death to figure out who's behind this and why is this going on. And it's her sort of like softening up and warming up to Death, the character. Are you staying with me here? So yeah, loving the writing, I love the setting, I like the female main character, and I like so much about this book. I'm just unfortunately not super interested in the mystery. That might pick up in the second half of the book, but for now, like, I don't know why, I just don't really care. No, that's not true. I do care, but I don't find myself like super hooked, needing to find out this mystery. Do you know what I mean? So far it's feeling like a 4-star for me. Yeah, I think a 4-star. So I'm definitely really enjoying it. I just wish I was more interested in the plot. Because I'm loving the audiobook so much, I think I'm gonna maybe go for a walk, drink my coffee, listen to a couple of chapters in the audio format, because that has really made the story come to life. And I will report back to you guys once I have some more updates.
Is that the kind of way to sweet as can be?
Hello everyone. So I forgot to give you guys this update, but I did end up finishing Belladonna by Adeline Grace just yesterday. And I just want to say that I loved so much about this book. Like, I loved the writing. I thought the writing was beautiful. Loved our main characters. Loved the setting. It was like the perfect sort of gothic, spooky winter read. Like it was just so atmospheric and chef's kiss. And I'm really happy that the ending picked up. The ending was very good. But from like the halfway point up until like the last 80 pages maybe, it felt kind of slow for me. And so I did listen to the majority of the second half of the book in audio format, just because I was having a hard time like getting through the pages for some reason. And I think I said it earlier in the video, but the audiobook is really good. Like the woman that does the audiobook, I just felt she did a really good job of it, and I was definitely really sucked in listening to it. My only thing with this book that I think would have just made it like a higher rated book for me is I wasn't that fussed about the mystery. Like sure, I was like, oh, I wonder, you know, who did it. I was a little bit curious, but I wasn't itching or dying to know or to uncover the mystery. So I think I'm gonna give this book between a 3.75 to a 4 star. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed most things about it, but unfortunately, because the mystery is like quite a big part of the plot, and I wasn't super hooked into the mystery, it brought the rating down for me. I think in the first bit of the book, I thought this was going to be like a 4.5 plus star book for me. But hey, a 3.75 to a 4 star is still a fantastic rating. I definitely recommend this book, especially if it is fall/autumn or winter for you. Like it is just, oh, and like on a rainy day, on a rainy grim day, perfection. Loved it. And I definitely do want to continue this series, and I really like the book cover, and also the book cover makes sense when you know things. And yeah, we'll definitely talk more about my thoughts and feelings and everything like that when I do my monthly wrap up. I'll either do one for just June alone, or I'll do one for June and July all together. Who knows? But yeah, highly recommend. Today is the most perfect Sunday for someone that loves to read. It is so grim and so dark and gloomy outside, and luckily today is a lazy Sunday for me. I've had a pretty busy weekend, but I knew that today was going to be like my lazy, relaxing day, and the weather couldn't have been more perfect for it. I feel so happy. Hi Cooper, good morning. You want to go back to bed? Cooper's gone back to bed. He was just on the couch and he made his way over to the bed, so that just shows you what kind of Sunday it's gonna be. So sleepy, I definitely need to get a coffee in me. But first, I thought I would tell you what book we're gonna be reading today. So today we're gonna be starting Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I love this book cover. I love it so much. Like it's so gorgeous. The red, the gold, even the skull. It reminds me of like the Day of the Dead. Is that what it's called in Mexico? Something like that. I'm gonna have to Google to fact check, but it sort of gives me that kind of vibe. I don't really know too much about this book. All I know is that this is apparently the best book to read in winter. It has all of this spooky, gloomy, sort of ghoulish vibes without being too ghoulish. And I'm pretty positive that the main love interest in this book is a phantom with silver hair. If you're around the same age as me, you probably watched Danny Phantom growing up. This cartoon, Danny Phantom. Let me tell you, like 8-year-old me was down bad for this man. Down bad. And so when I heard that this is a phantom that has silver hair, I was like, Danny Phantom? From what I know, this is a book that has trials and tournaments. The actual tournament is called Phantasma, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so the main girl, Ophelia, her sister disappears, and there's only one way to save her life. Ophelia must enter Phantasma. It's a deadly contest inside of a haunted mansion, and the prize that you win is a single wish. In a maze of twisting corridors and lavish ballrooms, Ophelia will face 9 challenges, each more dangerous than the last, and just as fear threatens to overwhelm her, a mysterious stranger offers her a bargain. I wonder who the stranger is. And yeah, I'm so excited to read this book, but before we start it, we definitely need to make a coffee. So we'll do that now. Oh, this is one of my favorite songs, the lyrics, the melody. It is Turning Page by Sleeping at Last. The first 20 pages of this book reminds me so much of the This Wicked Kingdom trilogy, like so much. They even have like identical covers, so similar. And also very similar thing happens. In this one, her sister goes missing and she has to make a deal with someone that will help her or whatever. And in the Wicked Kingdom trilogy by Carrie Maniscalco, her sister goes missing and she has to get the help of Wrath, one of the 7 deadly princes of hell. And she also goes into like the darker sort of underworld. So very similar vibes, and this has trials and tournaments in it, which that one didn't. I'm really liking the writing so far. I'm only 20 pages in, so it's way too soon to say anything. But just know that I'm liking the writing and the writing style, and that to me is always the most important, because as long as I like the writing style, I usually enjoy the book a decent amount. So I'm happy about that, and hopefully the plot is just as good. Hello everyone, it is so chilly today. This is also my 3rd coffee of the day, and I am drinking it in my Christmas mug just because I love the shape of this mug. This is a very comforting mug, and why not? I thought I would give you guys an update on Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I am up to page 146, and I just have to say that you physically have to pry this book out of my hands because I cannot put it down. Like, this is one of the most addictive, fun, fast-paced books I've read in a long time. This is quite literally the most perfect winter read. The vibes of this book, oh my god, the vibes of Phantasma. We're only a couple days into Phantasma, but one of the most recent like trials they had to do, it was sort of like emulating the 9 circles of hell, and just the vibes of it, like it was so spooky but so interesting, and like just such winter vibes, and the whole place that they're in. And also the main character, her last name is Grimm, Ophelia Grimm, and the estate that they come from, like the name of their house, is called the Grimm Estate, or the Grimm Manor, that's what it's called. And I just feel like that is so, again, perfect for winter. I love Blackwell. So Blackwell is the phantom that we meet in this book, who's actually the love interest, and he's essentially a ghost, you know? And I love him. He is so funny. He's so cheeky. I think the banter between them is really well written. I also think this book is very well written. Like, it's so fast paced and there's so many scenes that are happening, especially very like high intensity, sort of high adrenaline scenes going on. Like when I'm reading it, I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Because they're that well written, and it's such a fun book. I immediately messaged my sister and I was like, you have to read this book. That's how you know I love a book. As soon as I message my sister being like, you have to read this, that's how you know I'm loving a book, because I don't want to waste her time. I will only ever recommend her books that I think are really good, and I think she'll also love this book. And it is also on Kindle Unlimited, so that's really good if you don't want to pay for the physical copy. I love the physical copy. Like, this is definitely a book I want to have in my collection. It is so gorgeous. The fact that I have to go do stuff right now and not read my book is actually hurting me, because I just don't want to put this book down. This is such a bingeable book. You could honestly finish it in a day. If you had like nothing to do all day, you probably could finish it in a day. It's so fun. I'm loving it so much. I'm so invested in the story. It's also, the scenes change like every 5 to 10 pages, so you're never bored reading this book. Like, there's always a new scene happening, something new is going on, and you're constantly like on the edge of your seat. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I have to go do some life admin, you know, run some errands right now, but when I'm back home, we will read some more of this, and we're gonna have the best time, because this book is so good. So good. I actually don't want to finish it. I think I'm just over a quarter of this book. How many pages? Yeah, this book is 493 pages. And yes, I'm like about a quarter through, and it's so good. Hello everyone, how are we doing? So a few updates regarding Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. Phantasma is fantastic. I'm loving it so much. It doesn't feel like a 5-star, like it's definitely not a 5-star, but it's definitely 4.25 to a 4.5. This is just the most bingeable sort of book. Like, I'm having such a good time reading it. It's so fast-paced, and also the last level that they were just doing was very much giving Squid Game vibes. This is not a spoiler, by the way. I'm not going to tell you anything that happens in this round. Sorry, let me just put my phone on silent. But I'll just tell you like what the round was like, because it was definitely giving me Squid Game vibes. Like, that's the kind of shit that would be on Squid Game. Essentially, all of the remaining contestants had like 2 buttons in front of them, and the majority of them either had a button that said true or false, and for some people they only had a button that said random because they were sort of at like a disadvantage, and so if they press random, they just hope that the button's either gonna choose truth or false. They are not in control of it. But basically the round will be like, this is just an example, it's not actually what happens in the round, I'm just trying to paint you a picture. The round will be like true or false. Michaela has, why can't I think of anything? Michaela has never been kissed before. That's just a stupid example. And each contestant has to press true if they believe that's actually true, and they can press false if they obviously believe it's false. Now, if they press the wrong one, this big brick comes down and smashes them to their death, essentially. I don't know about you guys, but that's definitely giving me Squid Game vibes. So yeah, it was definitely really fun to read about. And also something just happened in the last 20 pages that was so unhinged from our main girl, Ophelia. But I was like, you know what, girl? Why not? Why not? But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. My only pet peeve with this book, and this would have honestly like made it so much more enjoyable for me, the main guy, the main character, Blackwell, who's the Phantom, I really do love him, but he has a pet name / nickname for Ophelia. He calls her Angel. Now, I do enjoy a pet name / nickname. It's cute, and if it's done sporadically, you know, if it's not just dumped in every fucking sentence, I do enjoy it. Unfortunately, the last like 150 pages, I don't know if this has been like checked properly when editing or if this was like a deliberate choice, but Blackwell calls Ophelia Angel like after every sentence. Like, angel, angel. I was like, stop it. Like, a pet nickname is only cute like that if it's done like every so often. But when you're saying it at the end of every single sentence, it just becomes a little bit like icky to me. So it's a bit of a shame just because he gave me the slightest ick when he kept doing that. And he said it a lot like in a spicy scene. And to me, I was like, oh, I have the ick. I'm so sorry, Blackwell, but you've given me the ick. Also, I wouldn't say that this book definitely has like spice in it, but I wouldn't actually say it's a very spicy book. Like, there has been a couple of spicy chapters, but it's definitely not one of those books that is only written as a vessel for spice, if you know what I mean. Like, this book is definitely plot, mostly plot, and it's a really fun plot, but there are definitely some like spicy scenes sprinkled into it. It's not smutty though. It's spicy, not smutty. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of just normal. It's normal spice, nothing out the gate, nothing that you haven't seen before, if you know what I mean. But I also feel like the spice serves as part of the plot, so it's not just all like spice, no plot. This book is definitely plot with a side of spice. So if that's something that you like, you definitely really enjoy this book. And yeah, having a great time. I am up to chapter 43, which is page, where's the page number? It's page 401. And I believe this book only has like just under 500 pages. So I only have like under 100 pages to go. Hi besties, I have not updated this video in like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. I've just moved home. Well, actually no, I moved home like a week and a half ago. But anyways, I realized that I never filmed the ending of this video. By the way, I've got glasses on. I have glasses now. Not for all the time, but for when I'm doing my driving lessons. And for watching TV if it has subtitles. Like, I was just watching Squid Game and I was like, I need to read. I'm fully against watching Squid Game if it's dubbed. I need to hear it in their voices and I'll just read the subtitles. Anyways, let's talk about Phantasma. Phantasma was fantastic. Like I said earlier, I loved this book. I am going to order the second book because I am really excited to read this, and I'm just so excited to continue this series, even though I know the second book is different to this. It's like interconnected standalones. The second book follows her sister, but I just love this world. I loved the writing. I loved so much about this book. It was so good. I'm going to give Phantasma a 4.5 star. It was just such a good time. Honestly, I could not recommend this book more. It is the perfect winter read. It didn't have that 5-star feeling for me personally, but it was honestly up there. Like, I just had such a good time reading it, and I really missed this world, and yeah, it was so good. It was so good. I will talk more about it when I do my June and July wrap up, so I'm gonna do both those months together. But yeah, if you have not yet read Phantasma, highly recommend it. It is so fantastic. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this cozy winter reading vlog. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!